Thank you so much for doing this. We're
Oh,
so
thanks for having
excited.
me.
Where are you from originally?
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. I've never
Yeah.
been to Minnesota.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
No. Okay. I won't
It's,
I
you
won't add
know,
it on the list then, I
tundra in the
guess.
winter and mosquitoes
Hmm.
in the summer. And
Hmm.
Mm,
yeah, it's you got a couple weeks in spring and a couple weeks in fall that are really nice. And that's pretty
That's
much
it.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
What about you
I
guys?
I'm originally from like central Illinois, but have been in LA for
Oh, right on.
God,
Okay.
over
yeah.
10 years now at this point.
I've
Yeah.
spent a lot of time in Chicago
I
and
love
when I was
Chicago.
growing up,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you?
I'm from Pennsylvania, near the Philadelphia
Pennsylvania.
area. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I
I've
know
also been out
nothing
here for
about
a while.
Pennsylvania. Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
okay. Nothing to
is
know.
there's some historic things. The Liberty Bell.
Mm.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
feel ever so inclined, my mom gives a great tour. But other than
Everybody's
that,
got a knockoff of one of those.
I
I think we
know.
had
Yeah.
one in our high school front lawn.
I know. Sometimes I see the one in Philly and I'm like, how do we know that's it?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
do we know?
We don't.
I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean,
It's like it's like
it is
dinosaur
hard to
bones.
crack a bell, though. So I mean,
Oh, that's
That's,
true.
there is
to
that.
make one, you just got to pour it into the mold and everything. But to get the
To
crack in
actually
it,
crack it.
that's pretty
Hmm.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No
might have
cameras,
the
we'll never know.
original, but people fake stuff all the time, especially this day and age.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying when I see it. I'm like, how do we know if this is real? But anyway, other than that, it's a big sports town, but I've lived out here for over 10 years now too. Just
Yeah.
love it in LA. Yeah.
So did you move to LA for acting or did you
Yeah.
come out here for other reasons?
No, I had long story short, my sister was sort of the actor in the family. My mother actually did community theater.
Oh,
My
cool.
sister started getting into it. One of the moms said, "Hey, you should take your daughter to Minneapolis. My daughter goes to this agency. They do commercials and auditions, things like that."
Hmm.
And so I was just along for the ride. The agent said, "Well, do you want to sign him up too?" And I loved it back then because I could get out of school for an audition. I'd get
Yeah.
that call
Yeah.
that Nate Richert, come to the principal's office, please. And I get there and they say, your dad's coming to pick you up. You have an audition. And then when pagers came along, I was the only one in school that was allowed to have a
With a
pager.
pager. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that is cool. That's some
That's a
cred in
throwback.
school.
Right? Yep. Yep. And you didn't just wear it like clipped on. You had it tucked into your pants with the
Uh,
clip facing out so that you could feel the vibration because they weren't like the
Oh,
phones today where it's like this motor that could
yeah.
wake you up.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just this ramp ramp. You put the battery, however healthy that is for you, right up against your skin on the inside and the clip went out the outside. But back then when pagers were for selling drugs, according to all the
Mm,
Oh.
teachers and the faculty, they would
hmm.
lift your shirt and look to see who had a pager, who had a pager. My little cousin had diabetes. She had I don't know what it's called. It's the thing that delivers insulin, but
Oh, sure.
Hmm.
Like the
and the
pump.
hall
Yeah.
monitor tried to rip it off of her, and she's running away screaming, going, "No, no!"
Oh my God.
Because it's
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 in.
attached to
It's
you.
in
yeah.
you.
To your
Oh
physical
my
body.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that like hurts
Wow.
thinking about.
Oh, I bet that hall monitor still thinks about that to this day.
Well, if we count the years,
Mhm. Hopefully she's
she's
moved
no
on.
longer with us. Yeah.
Oh,
Fair.
she's literally moved
Literally
on.
no longer
She's
with us.
moved on.
Well,
Mhm.
maybe in the afterlife, she's still thinking about
Mhm. Mhm.
it.
And here we go. So I'm asking it. Pagers showed phone numbers and
Mhm.
names. What did they actually show?
Just a number, just a phone number, and
And you would
then
just go to a pay someone
you
go to
could
a
add
payphone.
numbers after that. So,
Oh.
Oh,
you could be real clever and put 8008, which is boob, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um,
the
you
classic
could
The
put
cla-
calculator one.
four
You would
three
like turn it
seven
upside
seven,
down.
so or 7734. So if you turned it on upside down, it said hell, you know.
Uh,
But so you could communicate with whatever number or series of numbers you put after that. But yeah, no letters, no,
Hmm.
no
okay.
nothing, just a phone number and a little, yeah, that was it.
Were you a star 69 like prank phone call kid?
Yeah, yeah, I would do, this was puberty times. I would do the youngest version of a female voice I could, calling my own house and asking for me.
Oh.
Is Nate there? Can I? Then my dad would eventually go nuts because I just keep calling back over and over and over again and to stop calling.
Did he know it was you?
No, no,
Hey, you disguised
no,
your voice well.
no. I was an actor even.
I was
back
gonna
then.
say,
You were ready.
Where
you
did
were
you get
ready
your
for this
start?
role.
That's
Prank
how
phone
I
calls.
learned to become an actor. It was a short walk from those prank calls to Sabrina the
You
Teenage
know,
Witch.
some people start in theaters, some start in commercials. You
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
with prank calls.
Prank
it's just the
calls.
natural trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Got to start
you
somewhere.
guys probably don't know of there was every comedy stand-up comedy you always got it. Somebody would tape it on a cassette tape. So
Oh,
cassette tapes were the mixtapes. Literally
Yeah.
you would send around, and we would do the same for comedy. And so there's these guys called the Jerky Boys,
okay.
and that's all they did was crank calls.
Oh, stop.
So give that to a bunch of 13-year-olds, and yeah,
They're
Comedy
gonna run away
gold.
with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, I think that's how I became an actor. Crank call.
What an
my dad.
awakening.
Yeah, he's realizing
Wow.
it now.
That's it should be upsetting, but I
No,
kind of like
No,
no.
no, I actually like it
I
too.
can see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems
it's
very
different.
natural. When was your first like big audition for any kind of role, whether it was a commercial or TV show?
it. I don't remember. I mean, my mother will tell me, "Oh, you did this commercial, that commercial." I'm like, I only did like three
No
or four
memory.
commercials, and then she pulls out the VHS tapes, and there were
Oh, she's got 'em.
between 50 and 100 that I only
Wow.
remember a few, but I do remember there like the biggest audition that I had. They flew me out here for a screen test for a movie called Radio Flyer.
Okay.
Something about I think it was about adopted kids and his like fantasy world that he lived in, something like that. But
Mhm.
I think in this particular scene that we screen tested with, I was supposed to be very depressed and sad, and I think I just like went way over the top. Like, is this kid really all right?
Oh no.
Should we separate him from the parents and find out what's going on? That's the only one I remember doing. I didn't get it.
No.
You know what?
Whatever.
It wasn't meant to be.
No.
No. Of course not. Do you believe in that meant to be malarkey? No, I'm kidding. Are you like like
I feel like
spiritually what goes around comes around, karma and all that stuff? Just
I
out of
want to say
curiosity.
yeah. No, I want to say yeah. But sometimes when it works out in a negative way, you all of a sudden don't want to believe it in
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that, like when you look back at things in life, is it the butterfly effect where if one thing changed, if you
Right.
didn't
Everything
stop
would
at the
change.
store on the way home, you might not have had that certain event happen.
Yep.
I do believe in that because sometimes you
Okay.
look back at an event and the way things led up to it are kind of freaky.
This is also so unrelated, but Grace saved a life today.
Oh my God, I saved a life.
Was it a butterfly?
That's why. Oh, it was a butterfly. No, I did. And that's what made me think of it. This poor woman was riding her bike. I live in Burbank. Was
Oh,
riding
so do
her
I.
bike. Oh,
Oh.
she was riding by Miltonides.
Which
You know
way are you?
Miltonides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right-
She
right
was
there.
okay, then you could have come helped. I should have called you. No, I'm kidding. No, she was riding her bike on the sidewalk and she must have hit a bump or something and her bike wheel flipped sideways and then she flew off of it and there was a pole in front of her. She hit the pole with her body and then rolled onto the street. It was crazy. So me and this
Wow.
other guy got out and helped her and like I drove her to urgent care and she's okay. But I stopped at Vaughn's to get milk for my daughter and had I not done that, who knows who would have helped
knows
her?
who would have
Not
stopped
to say
her?
there's not other good people.
Yeah, she
But you know what I
probably would have got
mean?
hit by the bus going
Yeah.
up.
No, truly,
Pass Avenue.
she went in the road. Oh my God. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How do we
Well-
come back from this?
That's real. The butterfly effect is real. It has to be because
I do think it's real.
You
Yeah.
cause and effect. That's just simple cause and effect. If
Yeah.
if A doesn't happen, then B can't happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I do believe in that. David, you?
I think I do. I don't know. I've
That's
never
why I was
heard-
waiting for your answer.
Well, I guess I was asking this because my girlfriend is Natanya Ross. You guys have
We
had
love
her on.
Natanya,
Mhm,
yeah.
she's great.
And she is like all about that.
Is she?
Ugh.
And I'm the exact opposite, which I find fascinating to
Yeah.
watch and to see how, if the light turns yellow while you're driving through, she does some like kiss and touch the roof thing. I don't know.
I've heard of that one.
I've heard of that
I've
one.
heard
And
of
I'm
that
like,
one.
well, in those moments where, it might be perilous that you're in a yellow light situation, you don't want to take your hands off the wheel. I mean, that's when
that's
you want
so
your
true.
hands, and you're doing this thing that's supposed to give you good luck, when the thing that is going to give you good luck is your hands on the wheel.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
We
Our
we get we get in an interesting conversation.
I love
no,
that.
I'm
because of
sure.
that difference. But
Wait,
sorry.
we didn't ask Natanya this when she was on, but had you
Yeah.
guys like watched each other's shows before you met?
No, not at all. I
No?
mean, we were aware of each other back then, but I think I was 17 and she was 14, so I was like,
Oh.
stay
Yeah.
away from the younger girls.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, a lot of guys weren't like you, yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Yikes.
were just children that just sort of left to our own devices
Yeah.
all the time. We were not just treated like adults when we were working, but when we weren't working, we were treated like adults as well, which didn't put us in a lot of safe situations.
Yeah.
And on a regular basis, awful things would come up out of the woodwork and try to. It's like the monsters coming from the shadows around every. Yeah, it was bad. We don't have to get into that. That's
No.
let's keep it light here.
We'll keep it light.
That's what therapy's for.
We'll keep it like, yeah. Well,
Yes.
surprise, a therapist walks in. So what do you remember from your audition for Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Because we were just talking before this. So there
Yeah.
was the movie, and then like the same year was the show. So
Only a couple months apart.
The movie was that's what they sort of, I mean, I don't know if they intentionally used it as a pilot, but that was sort of their proof of concept. See, we can do this. So we never really had a pilot episode, which I
Okay.
thought was interesting because I had just done a couple of failed pilots. And so my first day of work, I had that mentality. So when we were shooting the very first scene, or maybe it was the table read, somewhere in there, I was thinking, it's the last couple weeks, I'll be back to living in the van, yeah.
To living in the van.
So had you heard of Sabrina the Teenage Witch then when you auditioned, or did you have no idea what it
No
was?
idea.
No, not at all. I didn't know that it was an Archie comic until 3 years into shooting it. I think it was, somebody brought it around and I thought, oh, cool. They made an Archie comic based on our show, but
They're like, other way
It
around?
was the other way around.
And I'm sure you guys know that story. Another mother on the playground brought it to Melissa's mom and said, hey, you guys should do this. And
then they did.
And had she not bumped into that mom on the playground,
Here we
Butterfly
go.
effect.
Bringing it full
Butterfly
circle. That mom could have
if
done
that
anything
mother
else
had
that
been
day.
riding her bike and hit
and
a bike
hit a
on the
pole.
sidewalk, yeah.
Okay, I just need to
Sorry,
talk to Natanya then, because I could go on about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys can have your own spinoff.
Oh, that'll be a whole nother episode for you guys for
Yeah,
sure.
that'd be great.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can talk about all that crazy stuff.
I could tell Nate, you were just like, you're like, how do I want to describe this?
Yeah,
Crazy
yeah,
is safe.
How do
Take a
I,
sip while you think.
watch my P's and Q's. She's not gonna watch. No, she will watch this. She will definitely watch
Oh,
this. And I just squirrel brained on your question.
Oh, you're
asking me
fine.
something
That's
and I went
okay.
on a tangent.
Just what was the audition like? Did you have to audition with
Oh,
Melissa
right.
Joan Hart, or did you have to do like a screen test with her?
It's typically it's just audition, callback, producer session, and you either have it or you didn't. And this one was audition, callback. Producer session was everybody. There was I think maybe 20 people in the room,
Okay.
all seated, stadium seating, just sort of stacked up, and then they had Melissa reading with me, but she was sitting facing me with their backs to them in the front row.
It's
Um,
so intimidating.
Yeah.
it is.
Oof.
Auditions and having the job are completely different
I'm
things. And
sure.
when you're an out of work actor, your job is auditioning.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where, that balances the whole feast and famine thing is, you
Hmm.
don't always get work. Most of the
Hmm.
time you don't get work.
Hmm.
I mean, I still didn't, I haven't really quit. I mean, there was a decade or so where I definitely was not proactive, but I'm still an actor. I'm still auditioning,
Okay.
Hmm.
So you balance that wonderful 7 years with how many is it now? 40 or so since I started.
Hmm.
I had a good 10 years and 30 that weren't. So that all balances out. You always have these people that are like, oh, this rich actor, blah, blah, blah. I was like, rich?
Yeah.
What
Who,
bank
who are
account
you
are
looking
you looking
at?
at? Can I have that money? I
Yeah.
would like to have that
Yeah,
money,
that'd be
but
great.
yeah, no, that all gets kind of leveled off. I figure I made about as much as like a good dentist.
Okay.
Oh,
It's not
Yeah, I
bad.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, he did a lot more for people than I did.
Depends who
I
you
mean, but
ask.
you brought us
That's
Harvey.
true. The
Yeah.
show was really great. I get so many people, 'cause now that we're doing these autograph signings again, things
Yeah.
like that. I've got people coming up to me saying, "How you changed my life. I was able to come out to my friends and family because of this particular episode you did
Oh, that's so
and the way
cool.
you treated your character treated." Yeah, I actually get tears in my eyes. I start crying about it because it
Oh,
is really cool because
Yeah.
you know I never watched the show.
yeah. It's a whole different
Never.
perspective, I'm
I
sure.
wasn't, I wasn't in the demographic, I guess, or I just wasn't into that type of show
Mm,
ever. So I never really watched it. I watched the first one she directed. I watched the
okay.
first one we ever did, and both times because she had a party and we all sat
Yeah.
down and watched it. But other than that, I mean, you asked me if Natanya and I had watched our stuff. We actually just sat together and watched an episode of Sabrina.
Oh, fun.
Oh, cool.
And that was the first time I was seeing it in 20,
Years.
30, only those two episodes that I watched. So, yeah, I sat down and I was like, objectively, this is a really good show.
It's
Yeah,
one of
it
those that
really
like still
is.
holds up to. I just rewatched a few the other night and it's still like I'm still very
Yeah.
entertained by it.
Yeah, and I think the conventions, streaming, all of this goes to show that because we, of course, have the nostalgic tie to it, which makes
Yeah,
us always remember how we felt
right.
watching it. But you guys didn't have the immediate feedback that you do now, even though the show is not filming now. But
How
some
so? What
people
do you
could
mean?
like find it. Like some people could find it and watch Sabrina for
Oh,
the
I
first
see what you're
time
saying.
today, and then they can
Right,
go to a convention and talk to you.
Or
right,
on social
That
right,
just
media,
wasn't as
yeah.
accessible. Yeah, you just couldn't
right.
do that. It was just you
You had to
never really
wait for the
got an
rerun.
insight.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. You'd wait for a
That's so
rerun
true.
or anything
Uh,
like that.
Yeah, I don't. Do they even sell? I mean, I know now you could buy whole seasons of things, and previous to that, you could buy DVDs of the whole.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I think pre-DVD, I don't think like the shows I watched growing up, I don't think they were ever available on
Yeah.
like a big stack of VHS tapes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. It definitely wasn't
we
the
were
same.
totally reliant on reruns.
I do remember owning the Sabrina the Teenage Witch soundtrack. I remember that
Oh
CD when it
Wow.
yeah.
came out.
That's awesome.
My mother held on to a bunch of the
Did
so I
she?
have and I found one of those. Yeah. I think we sold that. We signed it and sent it off to
Oh,
Oh,
somebody.
fun.
cool.
I mean, I feel like shows don't do that anymore. I feel like there's like no like good TV show or even movie soundtracks anymore. That's such a nostalgic thing.
Well, movie, yeah. I a lot of my collection when I was a kid, my music collection was soundtracks. And they would do interesting things for soundtrack. They would hire an artist to, I mean, the Michael Keaton Batman, that was all Prince,
Yeah.
there was a whole soundtrack album that they
Yeah.
made, and God, what else? There was a movie called Judgment Night where they put all these sort of grunge bands together with these hip hop bands that were all famous at that time in the 90s,
Uh-huh.
and they all did songs together. You had like Cypress Hill and Sonic Youth doing a song together. And does
Mhm.
that mean anything to you guys? It's just like, I just watched you both go blank.
We're just like,
We're like,
but
uh-huh,
listen,
uh-huh.
this is true. We like to learn on this as well. So now we
Okay.
know something that we didn't before walking in.
Yeah, Sonic Youth, great band from the 90s. Cypress Hill. You got to know
I
some
feel
of
like
their
I've
No,
heard-
songs.
Sonic Youth I've heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just couldn't sit here and like
You guys
sing
are
something
adorable.
for you.
Let me,
Yeah, Grace,
Let me
sing,
get
sing
my-
a song from the top.
my pipe and my slippers, and we'll pull up to the fire. I'll tell you all about it.
Pull up to the fire.
Well, it is so true though, because soundtracks, songs, scores, they all used to be so closely
Thank you for
connected
keeping
with
us on track,
movies.
by the way.
Yeah,
I've gotcha.
she had
I've
to
gotcha.
do it. She had to.
They used to be so sorry.
No, they used to be
So
so
connected
connected
to-
to
oh,
it.
right, right.
Because, like,
Yeah.
think about like Home Alone. You can hear the music. You can hear the Home Alone music. But now, when movies come out, they might have like a new artist that releases a song for it, but they don't
Right.
matter as much. I don't know. They
Right,
just don't
right.
go hand in hand.
I don't know if that was ever a big thing for television. I definitely for
Yeah.
movies.
Theme songs, I guess.
Theme songs,
Uh,
yeah.
A theme song
Fight,
for a
Fight
show.
Club had an amazing soundtrack. I remember seeing that in people's CD collections.
TV
but
shows, yeah.
TV shows, and that's odd because I'm a musician as well, songwriter. My big claim to fame was a cheese commercial. So but I have friends that have done really really well in that industry.
Uh-huh.
And there's a guy. His name's Joe Purdy. He's I think he's most of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, wow.
Anytime you hear like a lovey-dovey song going on behind a scene,
Uh-huh.
it's one of his songs.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Another guy, Jim Bianco, he had a song that was in The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Do you guys watch that show? at
Yeah,
all?
I love that
Mhm.
show.
Okay, so Daryl, what's
Daryl,
the
yeah.
bow and arrow? Okay, so Daryl gets locked up in this room, and they keep playing this song over and over again to make him crazy.
Hmm.
That's my friend Jim Bianco, and I believe
That's so cool.
Oh, that
Petra
is so
Hayden,
cool.
did that song. And so yeah, so I know there is another friend of mine did all the just the soundtracky background music for Orange is the New Black.
Oh,
And,
wow.
Oh, cool.
Love that show too.
Yeah.
but to your point, I mean, as it like an album for the show,
That's why, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
like for TV, Sabrina was the only TV album I owned growing up.
yeah.
What songs did they have on it? That Britney Spears,
I
obviously.
feel like Britney, they had like the One Way or Another that I can't remember. I know Melissa sang it on the show, or if it was her voice, I don't know. But
Yeah, it was Deborah Harry. It was Blondie.
Oh, yeah.
Was the original. Yeah. Well, she was on the show. She was part of the Witches Council.
Yes.
Blondie was.
You guys had
Deborah Harry.
you guys had so many fun guest stars on that
Oh my
show.
gosh.
Well, and for me, because those were all the people that I watched growing up. I watched Cheers religiously. So we had, George Wendt, we had Shelley Long, John Ratzenberger was on. It was amazing. Martin Mull, Mr. Kraft.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I watched Roseanne, and he was on that. The first VHS tape I ever bought with my own allowance was Clue. And Martin Mull I was a huge fan of, and then our trailers ended up being connected. They called them two bangers. It was basically an apartment on one half, an apartment that mirrored it on the other half.
Okay.
And so he was in one, I was in the other. So we were together all the time in our downtime, and we brought guitars in. We'd play guitars. He'd,
Mhm.
tell me jokes. We'd make each other laugh. Smoking cigarettes all day long. That's just what we did back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody that we had on the show, I was like a kid in a candy store. It was, and
I bet.
it was incredible. And they did that to make sure that the parents were watching.
Oh, that's so smart.
Everything was very formulated, very well thought out.
Uh-huh.
Every show had a moral lesson.
Sure.
Even though sometimes they were a little obscure, they were in there.
They were there.
And that's something that I've talked about. Doing these autograph signings, I get to see all the people that we used to get shoved in a room together with years
Mhm.
back.
Mhm.
The cast of Charmed. hung out with Holly Combs a lot, and I have a hole in my head when it comes to names.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it's
That's
so
totally
hard.
fine.
An embarrassment all my life. Sometimes if I start just saying names out loud, the one I'm trying to think of will come to me.
Uh-huh.
But Party of Five, she is
Nev Campbell?
Nev. So
Nev.
yeah, so we had dinner with Nev Campbell, Jenna Green, and I, and we were talking about how none of the shows that are out there today have that. There's no moral lesson, fiber to it. It's just get them out, get them watched,
Yeah.
kill a good show because the algorithm put more
Oh,
on.
yeah.
That and they're
And-
like 8 episodes now versus what would you guys do like over 20 a season?
Yeah, we had you would have the first, what was it, the first 7, the back 9. It was the whole lingo that went
Yeah.
on to it. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, I think it was 23 or 24
Yeah,
a
they're
year
just, like,
was when you
unheard
got
of
the
now.
full block.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything's 10. England does them even less. They're 6 to 8
That's
a season.
crazy.
It is crazy. And they just feel like some shows today really make you think so much. And they often the season will end and you still have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes
We're
you just miss a
about
show
to find out what happened to Susan on the raft,
and then done.
and then it's over. Like
It's over.
It never gets. Yeah.
No.
It's so frustrating, and they
It's-
don't care. It's
No, they just
algorithm,
want you
it's
to watch
money.
the next season.
Yeah.
And then they just can the show completely.
And then you
and
never
you never
know.
see
And it
you
never
never
gets
hear from them
resolved.
again.
That's frustrating. And not that our show need a resolve, but a resolution, but every episode had some sort of moral lesson.
Mhm.
It had a guest star that was very notable from
Yeah.
10 years prior.
Mhm.
And so it had the parents watching, it had the kids there for the magic, and some of the Salem adult humor was over the head of the kids,
So
but
good.
the
Yeah.
adults would get it. And that's why these kids that are watching it on streaming services now are adults. They now get to watch that again, knowing what all these jokes are.
A whole new
And
meaning.
so it's a whole new experience for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have their kids watching it as well. And everybody says they just don't make them like that anymore.
They don't.
So it'd
They
be
don't.
Very interesting. I'm not that guy. I'm not I can write some jokes or some punch ups and stuff, but I'm not an idea maker for most things. I'm not I couldn't drive anything like that. And I'm 99 to 100% sure there'll be no reboot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody needs, I think, to carry that torch of
Oh yeah, of making something like that.
of that formula.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things are just so different. I wonder if writers feel a lot more pressure these days because I feel like you can't get anything wrong. The internet will track you down and expose it, and then it's just, you know what I mean? It's like the
Mhm.
camera, like we're always being watched, everything's recorded. So I feel like
Yeah.
writing it probably changes that process a lot.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're all afraid of getting fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just being the yes man until they can pitch their idea,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
then they can be the producer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that career.
No, no.
Sounds
I
so
wouldn't-
much pressure.
Yeah, it's a
Mhm.
snake pit.
Yeah.
Do you have an episode? You've probably been asked this a bunch, but do you have an episode of Sabrina that stands out as one that you loved, your favorite, or that you have a lot of good memories from?
Yeah, I mean the one that obviously Shelley Long cooking me in a pot.
Not many people can say that
Yeah,
they
no,
had
that
a
they-
Shelley Long cooked them in a pot.
Right.
Yeah. I just the episode that we just watched. Bryan Cranston was the lawyer,
Oh.
and I was in a scene with Bryan Cranston.
You're like, what?
Breaking Bad. Bryan
Yeah.
Cranston was right there in front of me.
Uh-huh.
But no, anytime I got to be in the makeup, in the makeup chair for long hours, the Beast episode, Hideous Beast Man or something like that, where I was and playing around in the dumpster, throwing things up. They shot so much, I'm not sure how much they actually used.
Mhm.
We just did a bunch of crazy things in different environments.
Yeah.
And I believe they just cut it down to a montage. But
Okay.
I just got to be a wild animal for like 3.5
That's
hours.
so fun.
Well, it like 3 hours in the makeup chair, so they figured, well, we
Use
can
it.
at least shoot
He's
three
dressed and
hours of
ready.
him doing something,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
So yeah, I think that was probably my favorite.
Yeah. We were talking about shows having endings. As like an adult now, I went back and rewatched the last episode of Sabrina. I really appreciate that they gave us, even though it was technically a kid's show, a legit ending
An
to it.
ending.
Right, right. Yeah.
Did you see that coming? Did you expect to be the one that Sabrina ends up with?
No, I thought I was fired.
Oh, okay. Great.
No, fired's harsh. I wasn't fired. I was told that they'd exhausted the storylines for my character and went in a new direction, which is what they did with the college
Is that when David
episodes.
Lasher came in?
Yeah, and then I was told, I don't know if any of it's true, but Viacom, the owner of the show, said that they had to pull me back in, and so that's yeah. It was so weird going back after
bet.
being gone for so long. You fall out of the rhythm of the whole thing, and then now there's this new rhythm because it's all new faces, new personalities, new characters, and so yeah, it was. I remember it being just very, very awkward when I got back, and I wasn't, in very much of it either. So I would be coming in for 2 days of the week and just try to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, it was really, it felt really awkward. I hope it was still funny.
It didn't.
Oh,
It didn't
yeah.
seem awkward
Didn't
watching
feel-
it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, that
All
didn't
right.
come across.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so the fact that it sort of resolved with Harvey and Sabrina together, I kind of figured if they had the opportunity to end it, that was
It felt
that'd be
right.
likely, yeah, the way it would go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it definitely puts the end stamp on the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Had she married the other guy, I think that could have been sort of open-ended for another season, but
True.
they knew
It was done.
well ahead of time that the show was done, so they were able to form it. And that's a lot of, most shows don't get that opportunity. They just
No.
get
No.
the notice that they're not getting picked up, and that's it.
Yeah.
You finish out the season, and it's a family at that point.
Yeah.
You say goodbye to all your family. So it's almost like being at your own funeral, when the show
That's so
when
weird.
the show ends. Yeah, it's like you're losing everybody.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or what other dark way could we put?
Yeah,
like
how
your
else
whole
can we spin
family, your
it?
whole extended family died in a plane crash.
Oh.
Gone.
Just
Bye.
wiped out, gone. But you knew 2 weeks before the plane crashed that it was
That it
about
was
to
coming.
happen. Yeah, it's so
God.
awful. And we're still sort of kids, and
That's
and
true.
don't really know how to process that. A lot of these other guys, they've been in the industry their whole lives, so they've already been through that several times before. So yeah, it was definitely some teachable therapy moments there when you
Yeah, because
when you have
it's
to
such a big part of your
really
life.
dig in and think about it. Yeah, it was and it's a weird because I was still pretty young. I was early 20s, but it was a bit of an arrested development there because my job was being a kid for so long.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I started when I was 7, so
Wow.
a whole there's a lot you don't learn to process,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and that's something that when the show ended, I didn't know why I was super depressed. I didn't know why. I thought, oh, I just keep auditioning and get more work. I didn't realize that this was, in fact, a family that I had
Mhm.
lost.
Mhm.
If you want to get really dark and deep with it, that's what happened.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're seeing them all day, every day for
Yeah.
Yeah.
years.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's people that you are super, super close with, but in the end, it's work. So you
Mhm.
don't really hang out outside of work.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is
It would it'd be
yeah.
really weird for I mean, myself excluded. Let's say I was 17 when they're 16 when the show ended. It'd be really weird to be hanging out with a 65-year-old guy outside of work.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what
sure,
I
I
mean?
guess.
That is
Yeah.
so strange to think about. Yeah. Because you even said when we started that you were treated like an adult even though you were a kid.
Yeah.
So then in your mind, why wouldn't you isn't that a friendship? Like as a kid, you would
Yeah.
think, "Oh, I'm just a friend of
Mhm.
that person." But then when you leave the set, they're 20 years older than you, and
Yeah.
the
Whole other
world
life.
treats kids and
And it would
adults so
be
different.
inappropriate to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there would be gatherings. We'd have a big dinner or a wrap party, things like that. But,
Mhm.
Yeah. It's that
and
balance.
some relationships were awkward. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a few people
Some
that,
are for the best.
yeah, you definitely didn't want to be a 16-year-old hanging out with that 65-year-old after school, so to speak. Um, yeah, but for the most part, these people were family, and it just sort of you get pulled from that, and okay, move on to the next thing. And for
Yeah.
the adults, it's like that too, but I think they're just more aware of it.
Sure.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
That's
and they've
true.
had
The
more
age.
experience with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And well, we did have a chance to chat with David Lasher on our podcast.
Yeah,
And he's awesome.
I love. We still hang out from time to time. We'll go have
Aw.
lunch or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we of course asked him, and we'd love to ask you, were you Team Harvey or Team Josh?
I was Team Harvey. I needed the job. What are you kidding me?
Imagine he's like, Josh.
Josh all the way.
Yeah.
Josh, all the way.
I didn't really need that paycheck. I was tired of working.
Yeah.
Team Harvey.
So are we.
Yeah. I think
Really?
I think most
Yeah.
people who watch the show were Team Harvey. We
Well,
loved David
They
Lasher,
ended it the
though.
way they ended it for a reason. Let's just say that. They did.
Well, wait, wasn't she supposed to be marrying a totally different guy?
Oh yeah, that
altogether at
was
the
some
end?
guy named Aaron.
Yeah.
Which that was
We kind
it
of
was
just
too
tuned
much.
him out.
We just
So
heard-
we don't even call. Yeah, he's not even.
Yeah,
It's,
poor
it's
Aaron.
Harvey or Josh.
It's Harvey or Josh. Sorry, Aaron.
Sorry, Aaron. Wherever you are.
Oh boy.
And this show, like we mentioned, it was so big that it had a soundtrack, but there was also a Sabrina video game
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you got
There's
to do a voice
uh,
for.
No.
No?
No, they never. They might have used my voice.
Oh, they
'Cause you
definitely
have a
used your
credit
voice.
for
You're
it.
credited for it.
I'm credited for it. Didn't see that check.
Oh. We got a call to make
Oh,
after
we got a
this.
call.
Oh, statute of limitations. No, they made. I mean, there's a doll. There's board games. There's
Yeah.
all this stuff. I remember going into my trailer after work one day. There was a giant box just full of all these
All the merch.
toys, all the merch, and
They gave you
so
toys
my
of
mother
you.
held on to it, and then
Aw.
she went and bought more of it. So,
Your mom.
Our moms would have done the same thing.
the same thing.
yeah. So if anybody wants any of this crap, it's hit me up on Instagram. It's
Perfect.
getting melted in my garage.
I saw that you did like post a bunch of it and did a lot of fans. Were they excited to
Yeah,
like message
yeah.
you for this stuff?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I bet.
Yeah, there's some diehard fans out there.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. We got the sweetest fans too. That's something else about our show. We've got the best fans.
Oh,
We have the best fans. They're also sweet. I love being able to do these autograph signings again. Back in the day, I was such a shy, nervous kid. I just wanted it all to be over, and so many people talking. But now it's just I get to reminisce with them.
Yeah.
And I think I just appreciate it a lot more than I did at the time. And
It probably feels like
Just
a
the
class
best.
reunion
Love that.
too, because you're with all these cast
Exactly.
members.
Yeah, yeah. It was like, it's like having a reunion with somebody that maybe you weren't in class with, but they went to your school, and
Yeah.
you don't know them, but you know them. You have the same everything to talk about.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I really do enjoy that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we enjoy it. We obviously do this podcast, so we enjoy it, but we love seeing everyone at conventions and even things your mom's finding and keeping in the garage. They
Yes.
mean so much to so many people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we also had
Yeah.
so much fun watching you do the Whatever Happened to Baby J reading
Oh my
at
God.
the
Oh, that was
Dynasty
fun.
typewriter.
Yeah. Did you see my brain fart?
What was
So
it? Was
good.
it
You
what was
said-
it that you said?
messed
instead?
I tried to put it out of my mind. I said I was I said I was
About a
supposed to.
banana?
It was one word, and I said a different word.
Was
but
it about a
worked 'cause
banana?
It was
funny.
hilarious.
But it took me a minute to go, what just happened? And then I realized I had said, one word instead of the other, just
Yeah.
like a slip of the tongue, and
Hey,
it worked out.
worked
so I
out.
just tried to pretend like I did it on purpose.
It was hysterical.
You played it off. You played it off.
Yeah, I did a full blown Harvey moment. Yeah.
We loved it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
No, thank you so much. Like this has been
Yes,
so
thank
fun.
you.
We cannot thank you
Thank
enough
you.
for doing this.
Thank
We
you.
really
Thank
appreciate this, and hopefully we see you soon.
All right, sounds good.
Hopefully we see you soon. Thank you, Nate.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much.
All
Have a good
right.
one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.